So this is my bike, YouTube. I'm sorry I couldn't get it up with the other bikes. Something went wrong with the footage that we had, so I had to redo it. So this is an Arrow 900. Sorry about the way that I'm recording it. I'm in a small area, so I'm doing the best that I can. But that's the whole complete bike. Headlight, oil-filled shocks. We got disc brakes. Oil-filled disc brakes. Shimano gears. A power. With my display, my power display. This is the turn off pedal assist. Like this completely stop pedal assist. This is to turn on pedal assist to a certain amount. This is our lights, horn, and we also have another brake system. These brakes are also mounted with a kill switch to stop the motor from running when you press it. The speed control is in the frame under here. Your kickstand. Like a slide rail for the battery compartment. This seat lifts up and down to remove the battery. So when this seat is completely locked, you can't take the battery out because it's also locked into the frame by like this bolt hole. Okay, I have a rack, some straps, a rear light, splash guards, Shimano gears, brake system, and pretty much that's it. This bike uses a key to release the seat, so if you don't have the key, you can't get it out unless you break the seat. So to release the seat, to lock it, you just push it down. To release it, you just turn the key. That's the kids playing in the background. Yeah, so to release it, you just push the key in and it'll lift the seat up. And it removes. Also has backup keys for the battery. The battery, when you buy it, comes with 3 different keys. This is a 2019 model, but when I got it from the store, it was in the box. We got it 2020. Got a 2019 and 2020. The end of 2019. But I'm pretty sure they got 2021s out now as well. So I guess right here it says Arrow 9, but I covered it up because I wanted to be different. So I just put a piece of red tape across it just to I don't know, just to cover it. These bikes are the bikes that everybody uses in New York City to do deliveries on, like for Uber, Lyft. Uber Eats, Seamstress, DoorDash. This is the bike. This is the perfect bike that they made in New York City. It's the most sold in New York City. It's the most owned in New York City. It's the most stolen in New York City. Especially this battery. Now, as you can see, the battery says Arrow on it, right? At this particular battery, this is a 500 watt battery. I think it's a 5 or 7. I'm not too sure. It could be 1,000. I'm not too sure because I didn't ask when I got it. All I know is I was happy to get it. But one thing for sure, this bike does 30 plus miles per hour. This is the fastest bike that we own. It does 30 plus miles right out the box. That's with pedal assist. Without pedal assist, it does 30 miles, just 30 miles. But with pedal assist, you get a 30 plus. So this is how you put in the battery. So you put it on the rail. You put it on a little railing, and you drop it in, and it'll slide all the way down. You pop the seat down. Now this battery doesn't require you to press any buttons to turn it on. This battery requires a key to turn it on. And the key is the only way to get this thing to operate. See, it has this like a car. So you turn it on, you turn it up, and as you see that pin, check out the pin. That pin slides in to secure it, and it also turns the battery partially on. Then you turn it on again, and the battery is on, completely on. And then we have our power display to show that the battery is full. Again, I charge these batteries every 3 to 6 weeks. Every 3 weeks. Every 3 to 6 weeks. That's what the manual says to charge it at a rate of, and that's a full charge. On a full charge of 6 to 8 hours, you can get a full day's ride depending on how you ride. You can go all the way to Queens to Coney Island and back maybe 2 times if you're using just full throttle. But if you pedal with pedal assist, it'll last a long time. So that's our power display. I'm gonna turn the lights on so you can see the lights. See, there's the light, as you can see. There's the light. And also the back lights up as well. Put this power switch. Let me see if I could do a on-off thing for you. Oh, that's the horn. Power light on, power light off. Here's our horn, as you heard earlier. That's the horn. That's Amina. And this is our assist on. It'll keep it at a certain level, like it won't go past a certain level of speed when you push it in. When you push it out, it goes completely either or. This button completely turns off the pedal assist, so while you're pedaling, it won't give it any motor. Because this have a middle kickstand, I can do like this, and you can see now it's just like a regular bike. There's no motor engagement. But when I turn the pedal assist off, turn the pedal assist stop button off, I turn it off. When I give this bike some pedal, it'll turn on the motor. Check it out. You see, it turns on just that quick. As soon as you give it some, like the cadence in the motor, it lets it turn on. And that little light in there is like a magnet, electromagnet, that tells the electronic speed control to turn on as you pedal. But as I said before, when you're pedaling, it's on full. It's completely full, so you can go full out on power when you turn this on. But when you press this green button, it only gives it about half power. So it'll come on again as soon as you pedal, but it won't be full power. It'll be like half power. And then when you turn it off, it'll be completely full power. So this thing really goes fast. This is why the deliverers in New York City use this bike, because it's like really low effort to get this thing going. So you can pedal it and it can go, and it'll turn on. As you heard, it just turned on. Let's do it again. As you hear that motor kick in, the motor is in the back. Or you could go full on throttle. Here's the throttle right here. It's integrated so you can't see. But here's the full on throttle and what it sounds like with the full throttle. I'm gonna twist it, 3, 2, 1. Now you can really hear it engage and it go. I mean, it doesn't look like it's going fast, but when you get on this thing really hauls. It goes really, really fast and without any effort. Again, you can start it with pedal. And the back brake is mounted like a motorcycle. So, left side is your back brake like on a motorcycle. Your foot brake is on the right side. What am I talking about? Okay, yeah. The back brake is on the right side on a motorcycle. So, yeah. But anyway, on this bike, they put the back brake on the left side because they have the throttle on the right side, and they don't want you squeezing the throttle they don't want you twisting the throttle as you squeeze the brakes. So if you did do that on the front, like it kicks in, and when you hold a brake, it'll turn off. When you release the brake, it turns on, turns off. That's how it works. So yeah, and this is the back brake. It does the same exact thing. The only difference is it completely stops the back brakes. I have to go take this thing and get it adjusted because like I said, it was sitting in storage for a long time. So the brakes need to be adjusted. Maybe more oil need to go in there. The gears need to be tightened up so we can get on and ride, but it rides perfectly now. But I would like to have a tune-up, so to speak, on all of the bikes. So early spring, late spring, mid-spring, early summer, we will be on these bikes and doing a lot of riding. And as I said before, like on Sandy's bike, her bike doesn't have the straight bar. And what I did was we mounted a child seat that mounts right here. It's a mount right here. It's a mount right here. And it goes on the front. And the feet comes down about right here in between this light, like one leg on this side and one leg on that side. Like it'll sit like so. A leg on this side and a leg on that side, but it'll be over all of this, so it sits up over this. That's why the bars are so high, so that I can have some clearance to mount the child seat properly. But she sits right up front with me with a clamp here and a clamp here on this bar. And she'll sit up on top of here like so, and me and her would ride with her chest straps and her lap straps. Again, the seat is it's like it's cushion material. It's not memory foam like the other seats, but it's comfortable for really long rides. I would say change this seat because this seat is not comfortable at all. In fact, this isn't the seat that came with the bike. I actually swapped the seat out because this seat had more comfort than the seat that came with it. This is a seat off of some bike we had. Some bike we had. I forget the bike that we had, but this is the seat from that other bike that we had. I also do BMXing, so my BMX bike is in the basement. It's pretty small, so you know I really don't ride too much since my injury, but I want to try to get on it again and ride it again sometime. I mean, I wasn't stupid nice, but you know, manuals, 180s, 360s, bar spins, grinding and all that other stuff. You know, I wasn't really nice, but I pretty much lost the skill, and honestly I'm scared of the skill to go crazy BMXing like I used to, because I'm not the same as I used to be. When you in your early 20s, when you're in your late teens, early 20s, you're indestructible. When you get over 35, you know, you're not indestructible anymore. Oh, there's a reason why this tape is here, so I'm not gonna take it off. But yeah, I put the tape on it for my own decorations, and pretty much below the tape there's just another red line saying what the bike is, and it is an Arrow 9. Again, it's a 900 straight to e-bike, and it's really fast. When we bought their bikes from the store that we brought it from. They were talking about this Arrow bike in particular, and they were saying how it was the perfection of all electronic bikes in New York City. Like, nobody can compete with these people that make these bikes, and that's why they're so sold and so popular in the city, because they're one of the strongest bikes. This frame is sturdy, and it's really, really good to own. Again, let me show you how she performs. I love that sound when the electricity go through the motor. And as I said, it doesn't look like it's going fast at all, but when you get on it and you cruising next to cars, the speed limit for the cars is 25 miles an hour, but some people be doing 30, 35, and you can keep up with 25, 30 miles an hour. And in fact, you can pass some of these cars doing the speed limit, and you know, at your own risk, at your own risk, But you definitely could use this as an alternative to a motorcycle. I mean, it's not too fast. The battery life don't give you that much power unless you strap another battery. I see other people, they have two of these. They put one on here with another cage. It's a cage. And they have the wires out like right here somewhere. So when they get finished, they unplug the battery from here, and then they unplug the battery there, and they like alternately charge between the two batteries. That's what I've seen some delivery guys do. But for me, I just like the one battery. I thought about getting another battery and a cage, but these batteries are like $500, and then the cage is like $250 itself. And for them to hook it up the way that you need to hook it up, it's gonna be expensive. It's like an $800 job. I don't have that kind of money yet. But yeah, this is the bike. Maybe in the future sometime I'll have a mounted battery, a mounted rack, and I could run two batteries alternately, run one and then run the other, and then charge that and then charge the other, But yeah, you could get some good ride time out of this bike. And as I said before, it is the fastest bike that we own today. I'm pretty sure there are some bikes that can go much, much faster and hold much, much more power. And these batteries can hold a lot of power too. So if I was to run, if I have 1,000, I would get another 1,000, put it on there, so that'd be 2,000 volts between the battery, or 500 or 750, whatever the voltage may be. 48 volts, 52 volts, 1,000 watts. That's what I mean when I say watts and voltage. So I think that's a 48, but I could turn it into a 52 700 watt, or a 52 1,000 watt, and that's just the capacity of power it's allowed to hold to push you through the street. And of course, when you upgrade your battery, it'll make you go faster. Charge time will go up. But yeah, I'm 200 pounds, just about. And this bike could hold two people on it, two 200-pound people on it, and zoom around the city as fast as it can. And just when you think it got no power, it will run full power on its last life. I mean, when the battery is completely dry, it'll run full power all the way through. You're not supposed to do that because you'll kill the cells, but this bike has the potential to run completely dry. It'll run these batteries completely dry at full speed. I remember when we went to ride at on the bike path on the Belt Parkway. My wife's battery went dead, my son's battery went dead, and Nadira only had one battery. She got a 250. So everybody's battery was dead. Even my battery was dead. But the thing about my battery is, when my battery died, not only was I able to still pedal, but I was able to use the full potential. Like it's full now, and it sounds like that's exactly how it sounds with no power. All right, it sounds the same, it performs the same, and as I said, it'll suck that battery completely dry. These shocks are adjustable. You can make it harder, or you can make it softer. But I don't touch it. Wherever it is wherever it is. You know, it doesn't leak. I haven't had any leaks yet. This spring is to help you keep everything steady when you're going fast. So this spring really helps you from the wiggling, and if it turn, it help you turn back, bring everything back together. There's no spring in the seat. The only thing I hate about this bike is the fact that you can't take the key out when you turn it on. So you cannot remove the key after you turn it on. You have to leave the key in there unless you turn it off, push in, and you take the key out. Now the battery is completely useless. I mean, unless another Arrow bike comes along and they take this battery, this is a $500 battery, and they take your battery or steal your battery, then you out. Yeah, so that's my Arrow. That's my Arrow bike. And it's not a regenerative system. They have some bikes that are like $4,000 or $5,000 that regenerate the battery. Some regenerate through the braking, some regenerate through the actual pedaling. But it's not that much regenerating. When I mean regenerating, I mean recharge the battery. So this is not capable of doing that. But it is capable of throttle drive. It is capable of pedal assist drive. You see, it turns on when you pedal. And this thing turns fully on when you pedal. To limit that full power, you press this, and you'll get the same response, but it won't be as powerful. You can hear the difference. It's like half the power. So, but when you turn it off, again, turn it off, and it fully. This thing really hauls, ladies and gentlemen. This thing really hauls. I'm proud of this bike. I'm proud of this bike, Sandy's bike, and Matthew's bike. Nadira bike is a cruiser. The Nanco Classic, it's a cruiser bike. It's nothing to get all happy about, but that bike started us riding these kind of bikes. We've been through a lot of bikes to get to where we are. Like, I'm talking about electric bikes. We tried like 5 different bikes for Sandy when we went to Baja. We tried a 500, we tried a 750, and we found out that if you don't get the tire size right, like this is a 27 or a 26. What size tires is these? It's like a 27, 26. I'm not too sure right now. It's dark, I can't see. Yeah, 26. It's a 26-inch rim. Sandy got a 27.5, and Matthew got a 26.1. But yeah, the tire size, the diameter of the tire allows you to go further with less pedal, you know. So we enjoy these. Then we have another one in storage. It's from a company called Anchcheer, Anchcheer, Ancheer, and it's on Amazon. But the thing about that company is if you break anything on that bike, you are definitely not gonna get a response. Like, their response is terrible because they're in China or Hong Kong. They're in China, Hong Kong, or whatever it is, and while you're sleeping, they're awake. So to contact them 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning is really nerve-wracking, and try to get them to help you is nerve-wracking through the email. So yeah, these bikes you can get fixed here in America. Magnum, you can get them fixed in America, but when they buy their parts, most of their parts, like these batteries, all of these batteries come from across seas. They are not made here in America. They made across seas. So that's why they're expensive. Uh, no quick release rims. These rims are bolted on. And that's it for this bike. There you go. Let's give it one more turn before I let it go. I swear I love the sound, the engagement of the power to the engine. It sounds so sweet. I love that sound. I love that sound. And that noise that you're getting is the brushless motor inside of there. It's not rubbing on anything. It's just the sound of the brushless motor. But the sound I'm talking about is the charge. I love that sound. I could listen to that all day long, you know. Alright, that's it. Let's turn it off. Let me show you how to turn it off and release everything. So, when you turn it off, there is no button to turn it off. Well, you can check your battery life by pressing this from the actual battery itself. You can see it says full. Now when you turn it off, you can zoom in there. It's on, off, so off, and then you push in and you release. Now you can take it out. But you can remove the battery, but you can't take it out until you put the key in the seat release. So you put the key in, give it a push, and turn it. Seat will come up. And okay. The battery comes out for charging. Now this bike is 100% capable of riding just like this. It is 100% capable of being ridden just like this. It'll ride straight out with no motor, no battery. The only difference is it is designed to run with a battery. So you'll find yourself doing a lot of work trying to pedal all this weight, because this bike is about 60 pounds. With the battery, it's about 50, 60 pounds with the battery. So you're going to be pedaling this machine up and down. You know, you definitely could get a workout on this thing. It's a bit of a truck. It's not a sports bike. It is a road bike. You know, they have sports bikes out there, and this is not one of them. This is for, it's not for speed. You know, like it says speed, but it's not made for that kind of streamlined speed. It's not a sport bike. It's more like it's a work bike. It's a truck. It's got a lot of power. It's going to get the job done, and it's not going to fall apart easy. It'll take a lot to beat this bike up. You got to really be hard on this bike. There are some people that been riding these aero bikes since 2010. You know, and that's when they, I guess 2010, 2011, when they first came out. That's when they were really expensive, like $2,000 bikes. And the batteries were really limited to have. Like, this is the battery. So, you know, I'm not going to look up the details and facts on the battery. Just like, if you want one, they have stores all over the place for these e-bikes in New York. So you can go ahead on and find yourself one. It run about 18. $2,018. And this is it. Like, this is it. Later.